Hi kitty cats. So I was gonna do a favorites video for October favorites, but it's difficult. The room is cleaner than it has been, and I do want to mention that Bianca is getting the desk, and I also want to do I said I would shout out to the people that donated. So first me, because I donated some money for her desk, and herself because she donated some money for her desk. And then I want to mention Annalie. Thank you for donating. And Steph, Stephanie, that has a YouTube that you should go watch. I'll try to remember to put a link down below because she has an awesome YouTube and she's one of like the nicest people. And Smurfette, who is like my biggest fan, subscriber, and friend. Thank you so much for donating. And last but certainly not least, Todd. Thank you, Todd, for donating and making this a reality for my daughter to have this new desk, because she was pretty depressed about not having anything, and the room was a wreck because stuff's everywhere. She has made it a little cleaner in there right now, but I was unable to still go in there and do makeup today and give you a video. So instead, I'm here, and I guess I'm just gonna like have a little chit chat like I do when I have like a Mask Monday, but today's Saturday, and I just want to talk anyways about the future of my channel. I really appreciate all of you that follow me. Sometimes I get down about it, and I think that's very normal. When talking to a lot of YouTubers, we all at some point just feel like, where am I going with this? But I also realize that I have, you know, serious health problems that makes it difficult for me to work as hard as some other people. I also need better software. I do, to fix up, you know, my videos. Although I've noticed that the ones where I'm just talking like this seem to do better than the ones that I do more editing on. So it seems like you prefer me to just like talk, which is funny because I am a person that can really talk a lot, and sometimes I feel bad because I feel like I'm overtaking conversations because I'm just like blah 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 blah, and I get very manic and will talk like forever. And I feel I always end up, so that's why I end up feeling bad if I've been talking a lot, because I'm like, oh, like my mental state is causing me to like overtake conversations, and that's annoying and nobody likes that. But on here, you guys just like to you really seem to like to just hear me talk. So I don't really have anything to rant about today. My house is a little chilly. It's still a couple more weeks before we'll have oil in our tank, and I'm trying to hold out until then. So we do have electric heaters, and they help. But sorry, that's my notification. So let's see. This week so far, I did a Mask Monday, and I did a Thanksgiving tag. I'm very excited because I'm going to be able to eat Thanksgiving dinner, which I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to eat some like crappy version of Thanksgiving dinner because of, you know, my gallbladder. But my gallbladder surgery is happening. like in 11 days, I think now. It's here 11 or 10 days. So that's awesome. And you know, I should be able to have like a normal Thanksgiving dinner. And as always, I tell people, you know, local people that they can, friends of mine, if they want to come over for pie or if they want to come over just for turkey or whatever, they're welcome to. And we always do that. And this year, I guess I have to make a vegetarian lasagna because my daughter invited someone to come over who's vegetarian.
They know who she is. They've seen her on videos.
Yeah, she's been in a couple of videos before too. Grelia. So,
which
I was trying not to name names, but
can I add something?
What?
So, basically, this January, me and Grelia are gonna start posting videos on my YouTube channel where we're opening a Japanese snack mystery box.
So, soon Bianca's going to be doing more on her channel, which she hasn't really been doing much on for some time.
Because of how YouTube works now.
Yeah, things, because she liked to do like open chats while she was drawing and stuff, and I guess that they made it more difficult for her to do that.
That, and I have no laptop, but I mean,
yeah, she no longer has a laptop.
I'm buying it next month, since someone actually really helped with getting the desk. And also thank you to those that helped donate and get me this desk. I am so thankful, and I'm never thankful on November, but this November I literally cried. So I never expect that kind of kindness, and I thank you all for that again. Like, it's really special. So yeah.
I had done a shout out for everybody too.
It makes me cry. I'm so happy.
Yeah, she can't wait for it to get here, and then so she can put it together.
And it's before winter too. It's really exciting because I hate snow and I don't want to drag things in winter.
We both are not. It's funny. We live in New England, but we are not really snow people.
We're also not huge bug people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We prefer the snow over giant bugs and alligators and whatever. Whatever.
Well, alligators are cool. It's just huge spiders.
I've seen what there is down south, and no thank you. Our bugs here are much smaller, and we do have like sightings of big animals sometimes, like bears or moose, but they don't usually bother us very much. So, anyways, yeah, it's not something that we prefer, the winters here, and they're long, and that's the thing that really gets to me. Like, I wouldn't mind it if it was for like 2 or 3 months, like a normal amount of time for a season, but our winters pretty much start in November and end in like April. So sometimes it ends in March, but oftentimes it ends in April. And the snow and the ice, and we stay in a lot during that time, which makes you kind of depressed too, because
it really does.
And it's darker out, you know, the whole deal. Like, it's just,
I remember skipping school mostly in wintertime because I would not want to get out.
Yeah, and I wish we had like a wood stove or a fireplace, but we do not. We don't have those things in this apartment.
I wish we had heated streets.
A lot of people think that we own the whole house, but we don't.
We wish we did.
The upstairs is a separate apartment. I do get the bigger yard, but it's like a hill.
Yeah, I kind of wish we got that yard.
The whole yard is practically a hill, so it's not the greatest yard in the world. But most people don't even get a yard, and I realize that, so we're kind of lucky.
They don't even use their yard.
Yeah, the people next to us don't even.
It makes me want to go up there and be like, yo, can we use your yard?
They used to have this like really beautiful fire pit that was made by a different tenant like years ago, before, like it was there when I got here. And it was beautiful. It was like made perfectly. It was all stone. And then they left.
Did you hear about that?
Well, they left. The people that like took care of it and had little fires in it like every weekend, and they left. They moved out, and the next people that moved in were like really weird, and
they got rid of it.
And yeah, they started tearing it down.
But there's also a reason why, because after they left, when I went over there, it was actually infested with something, like centipedes and stuff.
Yeah, but that's normal. That's just stuff. The insects get into those things.
I know.
When you use it, they're gonna die. So,
but I mean, imagine starting a fire in that, and all you hear is like centipedes exploding. That would be my dream. But yeah, anyway.
I know, we were both kind of like, well, it's kind of cool. But I mean, there was no reason to take that apart. There really wasn't. And that guy was weird anyways. That we're not going to talk about that guy because I don't want to get into it.
I forgot.
Yes, they had kids.
Because sometimes it's kind of understandable because kids don't really know much boundaries, and if they like jump into the fire pit,
they never let their kids go outside. You don't she does not remember them.
I remember that. Okay. They wouldn't let them outside.
Yeah, they didn't let, like, there was one time I heard her outside with the kids, and she was yelling at them to get out from under the trees because you don't know what is out there. And it's like, you have a tiny little yard with like 4 trees.
There's caterpillars out there. Oh no.
It's nature. Like, there's nothing there that's like gonna like hurt your kid. She was
Careful,
weird.
kids. There's cats out there. They might scratch your eyes out.
She usually was swearing at her children anyway.
It was really annoying.
I'm just they were not nice people. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to discuss the things like that went on with them because they were pretty awful.
People that let their kids out on the freaking...
No.
Okay, it was a different...
Yeah. We've had several neighbors upstairs that have been just, even the ones that are in there now, we don't talk to them. We have nothing to do with them. I've overheard conversations and just been like, oh my God. Like, we just try to stay away from them because they're just not our type of people. I don't want to sound like a snob. It's just, they yell a lot. They're noisy and just, and I swear too, it's just, I try not to do it like outside where other people, like I try to be cool about things, you know, and understanding and respectful that there are other people that live here and that live nearby too and might not want to hear me yelling and screaming and swearing. Like, so yeah.
They yelled at my therapist for just parking there for 1 second to drop me off, and they said that she was not allowed to park there, and like technically she wasn't parking because her engines were
Our driveway is actually further away from the house than theirs. Their driveway, people upstairs, their driveway is like right here, like literally behind me. And that's why we keep the curtains up all the time, because I don't want to, I feel weird like I'm spying on them or they're spying on me because like literally we're right there, you know.
It feels weird to even talk about them when they're right outside the windows, even though a lot of our windows are closed.
Yeah, and they're just noisy. They're not that bad. The ones that are in there now are not that bad. I know the landlord doesn't. The landlord's very talkative. I know she's not crazy about them. Like, so I don't even know why they got another year here. I was kind of surprised. I figured that they were going to get kicked off.
We lived here longer than anyone has.
Yeah, we've lived here for like over 15 years with the same landlords. And
there were times where we couldn't even pay rent, and they're very understandable.
They've gone through 5 or 6 different tenants upstairs.
And I was only friends with one of the kids that were here.
Yeah, when we were first here, she was friends with, but since then, she's pretty much kept away. There was some people that were living upstairs for a while that were really nice, and I was kind of like...
They were trying to...
I was kind of sad that they were leaving because they were cool. They had that beautiful cat.
Didn't they have that guy that you wanted me to like...
No, that was the people that came after.
Okay.
The neighbors after that one were a couple that had a son that was like just a couple years older than Bianca. And
my mom wanted
he was cute, and I was like, "Oh, you should go talk to him."
And that was when I was still with my boyfriend.
She was with somebody else, but I didn't care for who she was with, so
wow. Well, I don't care about it either, but I mean back then obviously it's just like, well, no.
But yeah. Anyways, this is going in a weird direction. This is not where I was what I was planning on talking about.
Continue.
I wanted to talk about just the channel and
I'll be here.
What we were going to be doing, coming up. Of course, after Thanksgiving, Vlogmas, we'll start, in December. I do it December 1st until the day before Christmas. Some people do it from the day after Thanksgiving until December 31st. I've seen all sorts of different amounts. I do it from December 1st to, the day before Christmas is because, and then, after Christmas, I'll usually do like a video about, what I got for Christmas or what Christmas Day was like, but otherwise than that, yeah, and I usually take a little time off before January, but I don't know if I'll do that this year. We'll see how I'm feeling, because Vlogmas is very exhausting for me. I'm trying to find different advent calendars, because I like to do advent calendars, and for the past, 2 or 3 years, I've done Nick's, and this year, their calendar's all lipstick again. Last year, they did like a mixture of different makeups, but before then, they always just did lipstick, and I don't know if I want to get that again. Like, it's probably my best option. I usually wait for it to be on sale and then also use my points to get it. But I'm looking at some other ones. I was looking at the OPI nail polish one for Hello Kitty, but I've been told that, the OPI advent calendars are really crappy. That they do a lot of the same colors, but in different, like in satin or shimmer and, things like that, matte or, sparkly in the same color. And that can get like a little redundant. So I'm not sure, but this year it's Hello Kitty, and I thought it would be cute, but now I don't know what to do. I also saw an Essence, but I've never used Essence before. I don't have any Essence products. I have heard good things about their mascara. And I've seen other people use some of their products. I read that their highlighters are really great. I've never used any of their highlighters. But then somebody told me that the advent calendar is really crappy. And I was like, ugh, I just put that in my list and thinking this is the one I'm gonna get. I always get some food ones and stuff too. Like, I try to get like several different like advent calendar things so that, we have different stuff to talk about every day. And so I wanted to get the Aldi's cheese advent calendar, but Aldi said that they didn't have it yet, but then somebody else told me that works at an Aldi's said that yes, they did, that they were supposed to like go out on this particular day or whatever. I don't know, but anyways, they said they were probably already sold out. I don't know. My Aldi's is weird. I go in there a lot because I have the Aldi's app on my phone, and it'll tell me that stuff's supposed to be there, and I'll go there and they'll be like, yeah, we didn't get that yet. So I don't know if it's just because it's a very small Aldi's. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm gonna keep trying. I also told that one was kind of lame too, but I don't care. It's cheese. It could be the same piece of cheese every day, and I'd still be like happy as a, happy as a clam. Because why are clams happy? I never. What is up with that saying? Like, why are the clams so happy? Which doesn't make any sense. I'm looking out the window and there's a squirrel. I really dislike squirrels. They keep knocking over my bird feeder. Stupid squirrels. Anyways, sorry about that. Yeah, this video is all over the place. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna call it. Like, November chit chat? I don't know. It seems like we're just talking about whatever. Bianca got me talking about neighbors, which I don't like to do. Because I don't want to talk about other people or come off as snobby or stuck up because, just because I don't always get along with neighbors. I usually try to stay away from them. There are neighbors that we've had that, the owners of the building across the street. I've always liked them. They're very kind. They moved away and they rent out their place. And all the renters have been very nice. Somebody even left me like a bunch of cat food. Their cat passed away and they were like, well, we'll give it to the people across the street, which, yeah. So, but it was like all fancy cat food and stuff. This neighborhood's kind of small, so you'd think it would be hard not to talk to each other, but I think we all have the same idea. They were just like, yeah, not sure. The thing with neighbors is if you don't get along with them, or if you make friends with them and then it doesn't go well, or whatever, you have to look at those people all the time. And that just sucks. I have lived in buildings where, I was friends with people and then I wasn't friends with those people, or we got mad at each other for whatever reason. And it sucked. It sucked because, radios suddenly were like turned all the way up and there was no longer any respect, for the fact that we both lived in the same building. It became very disrespectful and, and so I don't like to talk about neighbors. I don't even like to have anything to do with my own neighbors. It always just goes downhill at some point, in my opinion. If you get along with your neighbors and it all works out great, I am so happy for you. I wish my life was the same way, but my experience has been not great. So, where we just don't connect. And that can become an issue. So, we had people that lived upstairs. The first people that lived upstairs we got along with really well at first, but then there was some issues. For some reason, he thought he was doing me a big favor by throwing grass seed all over this area that I had dug up so that I could have a garden there. And I was just like, why would you throw grass seed on somebody else's area? And he thought, it was well, because so that you could have a nice grass here. And it was I wanted, I was going to put in flowers. And his wife was just yeah. She knew that I was planning on putting in flowers, but he seemed to think that grass was better. And I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't remember all of it. And I just, they're gone. But yeah, we had lots of arguments with them about different stuff. So, they once gave my daughter a hard time too about something that is very personal to her, so I'm not getting into that. But yeah, they just had very different opinions. opinions that I found weird. I guess I'm a very progressive person, and not about everything, but about a lot of things, and I definitely just was weirded out by the fact that they found it so strange that my boyfriend had no problem with me having other men in the house when he wasn't around. Like, that completely freaked them out. And it was like, they're friends of ours. These people are our friends. And the wife kind of understood. She was like, yeah, I used to be like that too, but not now. And, like, I don't know, there just seemed to be, like, a lot of jealousy, like, going on with them. And they were weirded out by the fact that we didn't have that. So, yeah. There's strangeness, and I dealt with that a lot when I lived in the certain cities too, where a lot of people were just like, why are you talking to this guy? He's got a girlfriend. I'm like, I was just having a normal conversation. Like, there was no flirtation going on, and I'm married and blah blah blah, because I used to be married. And just people, just, to me, that's crazy. We're all human beings. We should be able to talk to each other without worrying that our husband or wife is, you know, getting involved with somebody. Like, just for talking to someone. For talking. What about when they're at work? Like, you have to talk to people of the opposite sex. You know, and it all, like, yeah, to me, that's just reeks of, you know, old, I don't know, 1950s kind of thinking, maybe, of, you know, the wife stays at home, but they didn't act like that, like, but yet, the whole, like, you can't talk to my husband thing when I'm not around was really weird. Like, their son wasn't even allowed to, like, really be around me unless somebody else was around too. And I was like, I'm not interested in your tween son. Like, do you see what, like, it's just a weirdness of this whole thing where the opposite sex couldn't be around each other. Like, one time I had a friend of mine stay with me for a week, and he was, like, really weirded out by that, the guy upstairs, and his wife told him, well, the guy's gay. And then suddenly it was fine. To me, that's just so ridiculous. It's like, he was staying with us. He was a friend. That's it. Like, and my ex-husband even stayed with us for a little while, and they were freaked out by that too. They were just like, but they had a relationship. It's like, and we don't anymore. And there will be none ever again. So you don't have to worry. So this turned into more of a conversation today about my weird neighbors that I've had. And that doesn't even cover, like, all the weirdness of neighbors that I've had in different places. But I like I said, I don't really like to talk about other people in bad ways. I just don't like it, really. But, you know, you guys learned a little bit more about my life, I guess. If you've had, like, a hard time with neighbors or people that lived in the same building as you or anything like that, go ahead and comment down below, like, your situation that has happened. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and there'll be some makeup videos soon. I know you're like, what happened to, like, makeup and fashion, and, you know, sorry guys, I'm just the beauty room's a wreck, and I'm just not able to do that right now. But thank you for watching, and please share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, And ring that bell twice if you want notifications. And gosh, my skin is looking, my lips are getting like really dry in this winter. Everybody says my skin looks great, but I feel it, and it's very dry, like through here, and here. It's just getting dry. My hands are super dry. Anyways, so always be kind, even when your neighbors are like, woohoo. Bye bye, kitty cats.